and welcome to a special episode of Coffee with Jesus. This podcast was created at the height of a global pandemic. It was started at a time when there was such a tremendous hunger for comfort and for hope. And given all the recent events that we've seen in our world lately, I know that with the way the world has been going the last week or couple weeks or couple months, well, the last week in particular, I know that there is once again that tremendous hunger for comfort and for hope. The stress and the anxiety that people are feeling has increased dramatically. And I know this because I too feel that stress and that anxiety. I read the news and I see what's going on and I'm flabbergasted, to be honest with you. And I mean, who would not be with a brand new war in Europe that could escalate very drastically, very quickly? We have record inflation, and some of these experts are now throwing around the term hyperinflation. There is talk of a new stealth variant of a certain disease that has been just plaguing the world for the last few years. Folks, I gotta be honest, I was joking with a friend of mine the other day. When I turn on the TV, I feel like what I'm watching is one of those montages that takes place before any dystopian film. Like, in any movie, in the first few minutes, they have the montage of how the world became dystopian. And that's what I feel like I'm watching on TV now. And yeah, my anxiety level has increased quite a bit as a result. But here's the thing. Even with everything that is happening in the world today, we can have peace. Those of you who have been listening for a while know that I am no stranger to adversity. I have shared quite a bit from my own personal history in past episodes. And there's one thing that I've said before, and I would like to go ahead and say it again for any new listeners. Just a brief history of my life, if you will. By the time I was 30, I had been jobless, homeless, bankrupt, had a heart attack, skin cancer, and had all my worldly goods washed out to sea. By the time I was 40, I had been shot at and bombed. Sometimes with some of my friends, I'll joke, I'm a little worried what's going to happen to me before I hit 50. Through all of it, though, through each and every piece of adversity that I have been through, there has always been one constant. God has been with me through it all. He has been by my side, and sometimes He has just straight up carried me through. In the episode that we just released, I had mentioned that there were times where all I could say, literally, was, God help. And folks, He does. If that is all you can say, God help, He will hear that cry, and He will give you the exact help that you need. Psalm 46:1 tells us, God is our refuge and our strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, no matter what you are going through, no matter how much anxiety or stress that you are feeling, our Father is an ever-present help in trouble. Even if you can't articulate what's wrong, even if you can't articulate your prayers to Him, even if all you can say is, God help, He will, folks. God will provide that help that you need. There's an old VeggieTales short about one of the characters being scared of the monsters in his closet. And one of the catchy little songs they had was, God is bigger than the boogeyman. They would say, God is bigger than the boogeyman, He's bigger than Godzilla or the monsters on TV. God is our help, and God is bigger than anything that this world can throw our way. God is bigger than any war that can be started by misguided world leaders. God is bigger than any disease that nature can throw our way. God is bigger than any amount of inflation that we can experience. And folks, I'm here to tell you, it is going to be okay. The stress and the anxiety that you are feeling is normal. It is a normal reaction to abnormal events that are surrounding us. But as abnormal and as crazy as those events are, God is so much bigger, and God can handle anything that this world throws at us. God can handle any storm and carry you through any storm that you are going through. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's all give up our fears and our anxieties to the Lord. Let's all call out, God help. He is big enough to help each and every one of us. I know the world is a scary place right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I can say with 100% certainty, it is going to be okay. God is going to take care of us. I know this because through all the storms that I've experienced in my own life, God has been there. God has taken care of me. And sometimes God has carried me, even when all I could say was, God help. So please, cry out to God. Cast all your cares on Him. Cast all your anxiety on Him, because He cares for you. I promise you that the current craziness will end, even though it seems like it's going to go on forever. I promise you it will end. And I promise you that no matter how crazy things get, no matter how scary the news becomes, God is in control. God is with you. God is your ever-present help in trouble. So turn to Him, trust in Him, and let Him take your cares and your anxieties and your stresses all away. It's going to be okay. I promise. It's going to be okay.